Alright guys, so as you can just see from that time lapse I just did, we got this new piece of metal welded in here. It was actually a piece we had laying around. Cut it up to the right shape. Might be able to kind of see around the welds. And welded it on over where that crack was. It definitely doesn't look bad at all actually. I think it fits in pretty well, and it's definitely going to be strong enough. So got that welded up. Definitely looks good. So we fixed that crack that was in it. That was definitely an eyesore. So now we just gotta paint that up. Then we're gonna get on to assembly soon. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that. Let me know if you have any questions on how we did it. Alright, so after a couple days of painting, the painting portion of the lift install is complete. As you can see, things look a lot different. You see we put this gloss black on the frame. The frame was wire brushed and grinded, and so was the differential. It was degreased, cleaned up, and as you can see, it looks really nice. I mean, the frame, look how nice that frame looks. All the way. The front here. See how clean that gloss black is. There's something different about gloss black and undercoat. A lot different. Yeah, very clean. The calipers, threw some black on those. Oh, and here's our repaired sway bar mount. U-bolt bracket, whatever you want to call it. Looks like nothing ever happened. Honestly, not that bad at all. Got the paint on it. Definitely looks strong enough. It'll hold. Show you guys the rear now. You've got the rear leaves here with that gray that I wanted. The front leaves will also be the same gray, but the drop shackles are blue. I showed you guys that in the previous video. I'll also be showing you again as we install it. But yeah, got a nice cool gray on them. Frame was wire brushed. And, by the way, this is the second phase of wire brushing and rust removal of this frame. It's been through a lot. But yeah, it was re-wire brushed and painted. Differential, as you can see, that was pretty scaly. That was also grinded and wire brushed. And again, painted that gloss black. I'll show you the Rust-Oleum that we used. It's actually pretty nice compared to the regular cans. It's these professional cans. They're a little bit bigger with the high output tip. Not bad. Yeah, differential fully painted. That looks pretty clean in my book for a 7.3 1999. See the calipers here. Just trying to get you guys a good idea. I'll take you to the other side. And everything was painted over. See the sleeve here. Caliper. The frame is really nice. That shine that's on the frame. I mean, it's not like a SEMA build, but definitely clean. That diff again. Very cleaned up. Nice. So can't wait to see how all this looks with the wheels on, the rest of the lift. So you guys will have to stay tuned. Definitely a lot of work on this paint on it and prepping it. But in order for it to look nice, what you gotta do. So see you guys in the next clip of us probably starting up on the lift kit. So hope this gives justice to what we did, the work that we did. So yeah. Alright guys, it's Friday night at about 7 o'clock here. And we actually just threw in the rear lift here. It actually, to my surprise, I wouldn't say it was too bad at all. It's really just getting the differential low enough, and then, you know, you have to have another floor jack on that that rear drive shaft to get the differential at the right angle. And then it's really just pushing the diff back and forth to get it centered. With these blocks, with the blocks and the leaves, because you know the leaves stay on the shackles, they're put with the frame, so you gotta get the diff centered with the leaves again after everything's been taken off. Make sure your blocks are the right way, and then really centering is the big thing of it, and then put the U-bolts in. It's honestly, yeah, the hardest part's centering it, which really wasn't that crazy. It took us 1.5 hours to get it to this stage right here. So that's just the rear lift though. I'm aware the front lift's gonna be a whole lot harder. Yeah, and we didn't put the rear shocks on yet. We'll do it tomorrow. We're gonna finish tightening these up tomorrow. They're snug right now, not tight, but this is it's on its own. There's no floor jack under the diff right now, which is pretty neat. And I kind of want to show you also just how high this thing is going to be. So that's the front, probably a little higher than stock ride height, to be honest. And this is how low the rear is to the ground. I mean, look, that's pretty crazy. It's got a whole lot of lift. I can't really, the lighting's so bad, I can't even really show you. You can kind of see how high that is, how low that is. Here, I come to this side maybe. Not really, but you definitely get the point. Yeah, there you go. You see how big that gap is? It needs to be a monster, so. Gonna tighten this all up tomorrow. Put the shocks on and start on the front lift, which is gonna be definitely interesting. Also, make sure you're aware of the angles and stuff. These blocks have certain angles for a reason, for the drive shaft and stuff, so yeah, stay tuned. I'll see you tomorrow when we do the shocks in the front, start the front lift. Alright guys, so we currently have the front diff dropped. I mean, the rotor's just about touching the ground. And we got this set up, so now we're just gonna manhandle it and try to get it into position. So keep you guys updated. We're kind of messing the differential's just about floating, so it's kind of funny doing all this to it. It's just the slightest bit of a floor jack. It's just gonna slide off or something, but keep you guys updated. All right, guys, I just finished up for the night. I think it's been a little bit since I've actually recorded, so might get a little, sorry, I'm a little out of breath. I just finished snugging up those U-bolts. They're not fully torqued, but snug. They're nylon, that's why. So the back lift we put on, I showed you that. The front, let me kind of tell you guys what the biggest issue you're going to battle. It's not going to be, you know, getting the stuff in the right position. Before you even get the leaves over here, close to the truck to put on, your truck needs to be high enough. That frame needs to be jacked up as high as you can possibly get it, or what looks to be as level as what the back is going to be. Because if it's not high enough, getting those 150-pound springs in is not going to be easy. It's pretty much impossible. So, I mean, floor jack's not going to do it. We maxed out our floor jack with blocks. We pretty much used the hoist at one point. We broke the hoist for the second time. This is the second time we broken it, but to get it to the level we need so that we could click those jack stands up a few notches to do this. I mean, you want to do it the safe and right way. You always want to make sure those jack stands are under it. This thing slipped on us a couple times. Some pretty scary things. It's been one heck of an experience. Definitely learned a lot from it. But anyways, enough of that. So, moral of the story is make sure the frame of the truck's jacked up all the way. And also make sure your drive shaft's disconnected. So, once it is high enough, this is pretty easy, pretty self-explanatory. Do that side first, get that bolt and nut through of the shackle. Again, we put the leaves and shackles on in one piece in this scenario. Get these on, this shackle on this side. We actually used a ratchet strap, connected it to that, and I believe a piece of the frame here, the hook. No, the hook wasn't on yet, a piece of the frame. And ratcheted this to the position that we needed it to get to. All the way over here, because it actually moves a little bit on the leaves. It tilts a little bit, so you can get in the right position. So that side, this is when we didn't really figure out that this truck obviously needs to be higher, even though we have no way to get it higher, but we figured it out. That's why there's little scratches there. We're gonna touch that up. This side over here is when we got our technique going. As you can see, clean install. I've got these U-bolts snug down on it. Very clean, and it's kind of cool because you can get to see the ride height this truck's gonna be at. It's gonna be absolutely insane. These are gonna compress a little bit though, so. The drive shaft, most likely when you do the front, try to disconnect the front drive shaft, those 8mm are gonna strip immediately on you on the front side. My recommendation is to disconnect it from the back side that connects to the transfer case with those 12-point bolts. That way your diff's still free. The drive shaft's disconnected, so it's kind of the same thing. So that'll be fine as long as you don't need to completely remove your drive shaft because that cross member gets in the way. So yeah, we'll just hang on the cross member. So we got those shackles on. These aren't fully torqued yet or tightened, but they're on. Then we fully did these U-bolts. These are fully on here. Torqued them. I did them today. So yeah, and off for the night. Tomorrow we're gonna do track bar, possibly Pitman arm. We'll see where we get tomorrow night. So now that the truck's jacked up how it should be, we're definitely rolling here. Tripped on the light, classic. So yeah, see you guys tomorrow night. Alright, so this is where we're at now. I didn't really get to film yesterday, I was pretty busy getting this stuff on, but anyway, I think I showed you guys that the leaves were on and stuff, but what I want to show you, we're putting the track bar on. This is actually a PMF, it's a PMF monster track bar or something it's called. It's pretty big, and it's adjustable. Let me try to get it down here for you. Kind of see. Ow! Huh, okay. Anyways, here's the bar. There's a bug went up my ear. That's the drop bracket. That blue piece right there, up there. Sure you see it. Need to put it in my arm. Anyways, this piece right here, which is a lot larger than the stock piece, and I don't know, this could be an early '99 thing as well. This bracket here, when you'll put it in initially, the holes will not line up in there. You kind of see it'll be a little bit raised like this because it actually, the bottom of this piece here where it's a little bit grinded, as you can see, we'll hit the bottom of this bracket. There's a bottom piece here. You kind of see where it's cut off right there. That extends to here, so it'll hit the bottom. So what we did is we grinded that piece out, and now it fits perfect. So I'm gonna let you know. We're gonna see if this cracks or anything without that support, and then we'll take it further from there with an extra brace piece or something. We'll weld them, but if not, I'll definitely let you guys know if anything happens. So yeah, that's what we had to do to get this PMF track bar, extendable track bar, to fit on a early '99 F350. So yeah, guys, just wanted to show you how we're making these extended sway bar links here. So you see this is a stock link here, and if you want anything, with 8-inch lift, 6-inch lift, 4-inch lift, you have to extend your sway bars, and online these are over $100 usually a set. So Here's what we're doing. So we cut, you see, compared to this right here, kept the eye, keeping both of the stock eyes of the links. Then using this off of, it's a steering column off of 40 Ford that we cut. And we're gonna weld these two pieces together, and that's gonna make should be a pretty clean extended sway bar link, especially after it's painted and all. So that's how we're doing that. In case you're wondering, this is measuring out to be about 18.5 inches. We're gonna see how that fits up on it. But we are saving the sway bars, so we're keeping them. This is how we're doing it, if you're wondering. So let me know if you have any other questions on how we did it. All right, guys. So just finished the rear set. Oddly enough, now I wouldn't take this that serious. You should do your own measurements. But oddly enough, these are the same exact length, both 18.5 inches. I want to show you this. This is actually, so on one of the ends, we actually we did some damage to it getting it off. It was the one right next to the fuel tank. So these are actually from shocks, the ends of these. You can see if that looks familiar at all. And it's actually from the piston of the shock of the cylinders. And they were cut. Then we put them against, it was a much longer piece from the shock. Put them against the evenly cut pieces of these stock eyes of the sway bar links. Measured it to 18.5, cut these a few inches off the original cut, welded them together, grinded them, and there you go. So right here, this is $250 worth of sway bar links. Good sway bar links would be that much. Good ones, yeah. You probably get cheap ones for probably, I don't know, $150 for 2 sets. But here they are. Some time, labor. There you go, for free, just about. So, yeah.
So, well, yeah.
All right, so I've got a lot to go over. I know. The last clip I actually showed you guys was Wednesday. It's now Sunday. The last clip I showed you, the diff was, so I thought I was pretty much done with the front, close to being done. That leveling kit was under the front leaves. The track bar, we were working on fixing that mount, because that is a late '99 monster track bar that we did end up fitting on an early '99 bracket. So let me kind of give you guys what's been going on since now. Well, to you, it probably looks completely finished, but we did a lot in that little gap of time. So Wednesday, after I took that clip, we ended up actually jacking up the front diff and mocking up the wheels on it, and it was pretty apparent it had an insane amount of squat on it, a lot of squat with that leveling kit under it. So this is actually now a warning too, in case, I don't know, because you should know what I'm talking about. How many lift kits come where the back is extremely higher than the front, it's got a ton of rake. Well, I don't know, something slipped through. We didn't really realize that, and it was way too high at the front, moral of the story. So Thursday, look, we got out of work early, we ended up just dropping the diff completely again, so it was back on jack stands. This is after I thought, so it's pretty painful. You know, I completely torqued those, U-bolts and everything. I ended up having to take them all off, drop the diff again, threw a new centering pin in it. That I did not really want to do that again, but did it again. Centered it back up. That, by the way, also that track bar had to come off again, which we just torqued and bolted on. Lifted the truck back up with the floor jacks. Put the wheels back on. This is all in a day, but got pretty good at it at that point. Knocked the wheels on it, and it definitely did look a lot better. Even like that, with its stock, or how we got the lift kit, it was still squatting a little bit up front. So look at this. This is definitely interesting. I'm gonna put my flashlight on for it. Alright, sorry I couldn't get the clip. The flashlight wasn't working, but... So, for the rear, remember I told you there's still a little bit of squat, even with the leveling kit off. This should definitely be interesting to some of you guys. You see those right there? That is the leveling kit I actually had on the front when we started. Even this is the original leveling kit I put on the truck. We put that in the rear, on top of that block, that 4-inch lift block, under the springs, and that got the truck pretty close to level and a tiny bit of squat, but it makes the truck look good. I mean, it's barely even squat. That really worked out. I would have never thought that would have worked out, but it did. Looked clean. These U-bolts still worked, luckily, because they're massive U-bolts. I'll show you how the truck sits also now. Yeah. Doesn't even look that weird. Looks good. Show you guys how it sits now. Pretty nice, if I'd say so myself. I mean, it came out really clean. The truck is insane, almost too clean right now to be daily driving it, but it's pretty nice. That track bar ended up working out. I forgot. So you can see now, that leveling kit's gone. It's in the rear now, so. It's definitely not, I didn't really want to talk about it when it happened, but it happened. And then these front dual bilstein shocks, those are definitely one of the highlights of the left that you could see from a mile away. Those were probably the easiest thing to put on. The shocks all around, even the rears, were extremely easy to put on. This bracket system is actually pretty cool. When I first saw that bracket this year, I wasn't too crazy about it, but it's a pretty easy install to get on. Extended steel braided brake lines here are on. Just need to be bled. Bumpers on. So what there's left to do, and I'm not going to post this video till we have it. I'm sorry, it's going to be like a 2-week gap in between the disassembly and assembly video, but here's what we were going to do. I didn't even tell you guys this. So the drag link here, you know that this piece threads onto this, and it's adjustable. And this piece threads onto the side, and you could kind of adjust it and lengthen it. Anyways, with it maxed out lengthened, it's simply, this is not long enough for lift kit. And if you look it up, a stock drag link will not fit anything over like 6 inches of lift. So ended up having to get something off, I think they're called Sky Manufacturing or something. They actually make a piece that allows that to work. We're waiting on that, unfortunately. Well, not really. I mean, it's gonna come soon, so we're just waiting on that, and then after that, we should be pulling this thing out. So in the meantime, as we're waiting for that, I'm just gonna do some final touch-ups. The front, you know, it was hard to keep the paint perfect, installing all this stuff. Just finished up these rear sway bars. I just talked about that, right? So yeah, we're gonna paint those up, get out of here for today, and then finish. Definitely gonna bleed the brakes tomorrow. Install the sway bar links tomorrow. And just get the little things done now. So see you guys then. Okay, I don't think I recorded the finished sway bars installed, so I'm gonna kind of show you guys how they went. These are our custom extended sway bars that we did. Sway bar links, I'm sorry. Sway bar links. That we made. I think I showed you them before when they were fabbed up. So we painted them, put them on, and they fit. Actually really nice. Like honestly, I mean, I bet right now, would you be able to tell that they're custom? I mean, from a couple feet back, no. It looks definitely cool. The extended links and that. I'm a lot more comfortable knowing that the sway bar, we didn't take anything off. I mean, the sway bar is still on there. Same with the rear. These were extended a little bit. Again, worked out perfectly. The angles on them are just about how they should be. They should be, straight with the ground or maybe a little bit up. In the back, they're slightly up, almost straight. Front, just about parallel with the ground or a little bit up. So that worked out perfectly. Installing the links, I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you it's like fun. They're like, yeah, just kind of annoying. It's not hard, but just one of those. I don't know. I found it kind of annoying. Didn't really. Yeah, especially the fuel tank side, if you know what I mean. Here, I'll go show you. The fuel tank side is brutal because. Oh my God, we were about to drive it out. There's still vice grips on it. Oh, wow. Anyways, yeah, that's the link there, and then that's the fuel tank. So you have to kind of go behind it's a pain. You have to use a wrench the whole time. Let me take these off with 2 hands, and I'll get back with you. So yeah, the custom extended servo links worked out great. Did it pretty much for free instead of paying, $150 or whatever it was, $200. Next, I think I was telling you, I think I told you this, I didn't really, so I quoted that a couple days ago. We were waiting on this part, which is, it's from Sky Manufacturing. They make some really good quality suspension parts for these Super Duties. That's actually an extended adjustment piece. The stock one's too short, and what happens is you simply run out of thread on these 2 pieces here, or it's not enough to be safe. So this is a very heavy-duty, nice part here. We painted it. It's actually a newer system. Instead of clamps like the stock piece, there's actually lock nuts on each side. So definitely worked out great. I had to wait a week for it, so truck sat in here for a week longer, but that's how it goes sometimes. And even if you guys want to really know the frustration, I waited a week, really waited for this piece, got it in, only to realize that, you kind of knew about it, but didn't really fully realize it. The drag link we had, the threads were so rusty and messed up that, that this didn't want to thread on nicely. Just didn't want to thread on. I'm sure we could have gotten it on, but it would have been such a pain. Not to have these not freely moving will make this job so hard. But anyways, got the 2 pieces here. Yes, we're gonna touch up the blue tomorrow when we pull it out. So yeah, we're getting to the bitter end with this thing. Suspension wise, tomorrow we're pulling it out and going for a test drive, so that'll be the last bit I record for this suspension series, 2-part series. So it's been one heck of a journey, and we'll definitely show you guys the final reveal tomorrow when it's outside. So thank you guys for watching this entire video. Stay till the end. See you in the next clip. Alright guys, so it's been a couple of days, but I think I could just about say now that the lift kit part of the truck is just pretty much done. I do want to tell you what we ended up running into that was pretty significant. I'm not sure what I recorded before, because I forgot. See this Pitman arm here? So we actually had one that was a little more dropped that came with the lift when we bought it. And it turns out, I did not know this, that a late 99 to 04 Pitman arm splines are different than an early 99's splines, which, I really didn't think. I know the early 99's was a lot different. The Pitman arm was not in my mind about that. So, we drove down the road and just about lost all steering. That was pretty scary, so we drove back. Ended up putting the stock Pitman arm, since luckily we have this. The stock Pitman arm, worked on it for a couple days just so I could drive it around town. But ended up ordering this Pitman arm off Rough Country. It's the same, the splines on this are the same from I forgot if it's 1980 to 97 150s and 350s, and then early 99s. I believe it's a 32 spline. if you look it up, you'll kind of start seeing what I mean. But they're the same splines for a lot of them. So, anyways, yeah, the angle. So they say that the drag link is supposed to be just about the same height as the track bar, and we're pretty lined up with that. We're so lined up that you could barely see that track bar behind it when I get to this angle. So that ended up working out good. It took a little bit of time waiting for these parts because it was not expected issue, but the truck's running good. It drives nice. The ride's actually a little bit better now with these because the leafs I had on it before, the front leafs and shocks I had out before were pretty bad. But I think it looks really good. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, I actually ended up getting 2-inch spacers. Not sure if you'd be able to tell on camera, but we got 2-inch spacers for the truck. Not just because they're cool or whatever, and they make the tires come out wider, but if you look at the paint here, by the way, the paint all needs to be touched up, which we're gonna do. The tire was starting to rub on the leaf, which is interesting. So anyways, I was like, you know what, I'm not going to deal with having that marker all the time. Might as well just get spacers. The tires will stick out a little more. I didn't go crazy with like a 4-inch or anything, just went with a 2-inch spacer. I'm not going to be like towing 30,000 pounds with it or anything, so not too worried about them. But yeah, the truck came out great. I think it looks pretty clean. So I'm sure this is a very long video, but watch through it if you want to see the process. No, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.